Day number 4, you did it. You did it. You are here. You are ready to rock and roll. You did it. 4 days of leaning into you, 4 days of focusing on you. So I just want to acknowledge you, celebrate you, and tell you I'm very proud of you. I am very proud of you. So if you are proud of yourself, say, I'm proud in the comments. Just say it. Say, I am proud. I am so proud of myself. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. And so celebrating you, you showed up, you were engaged, you pushed yourself, and maybe some of the days didn't feel as perfect, but I want you to know like you were here and you leaned in, and your consistency is going to beat that perfectionism every single time. And so I know our goal here was to talk about how do we get toned and how do we drop body fat, and I hope that you have some clarity around what your next steps are. And today's conversation is going to be about how do we keep progressing even after these 4 days. And you're probably like, yeah, what's next? Right. And what I want you to know is that this is your quick reminder that this is your last chance to start racking up some of the engagement entries for our daily giveaway. And then the grand giveaway, which is that $500 gift card to Chaseland Fitness. And so if you are like, yes, 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 keep leaning in, keep posting, keep sharing, we are not done yet. So we're going to talk about how we need to keep progressing forward. This is going to be a little bit shorter of a presentation, a little bit shorter of a conversation, because I think you've got some action steps coming off of number 1 or day 1, day 2, day 3. You've listened to some podcasts, you had homework to do. And I think at this point you have a lot of tasks that you feel like are on your list. Okay. And so what I want to acknowledge here is I've been a fitness coach for a long time. Okay. And not only have I run Chaseland Fitness for the last 5 years, but I've also watched this happen in the fitness industry alone since like 2011, right? A long time of being alongside of people during their fitness journey. And so what I see happen after big challenges like this, one of two things are going to be happening. Number 1, most women will go back to old habits because they think that was great. I can do it on my own. That's number 1. Most women will go back to old habits because they think they can do it on their own. Or number 2, they're going to try and go really hard because they've got a lot of excitement and they feel motivated and they're like, I can do this. Doing more workouts, more food rules, and then till they burn out again. And then they're going to be searching for that next thing. So either one, they're going to go result back to old habits, or they're going to go all in right after this because they feel real motivated and then burn out. So it's either going to go one of 2 ways. But I want you to know that progress doesn't come from you doing more, which we talked about on day 3. It comes from you doing the right things on a consistent pattern, in a consistent mode. So I want to know before we jump in, who here has signed up for a program for a few weeks and then dropped off? They're like, hey, I felt motivated. Maybe around 5 or 6 weeks, you're like, then totally weren't even running the thing or doing it anymore. That's what I want you to think about. Have you done that before? Drop a me if that's you. Yes, yes, and yes, and yes. Okay, good. Okay, so I want to share with you what it can look like if you don't stop, if you do not give up, if you lean in, and if you got someone right next to you holding you and having that accountability alongside of you. Because did you know that, like, I think it's like 86% of women, that if you have an accountability component to what you're trying to do and concerns to your goals, no matter what the goal is, if you have accountability in that, you're 86% more likely to achieve that goal because you have accountability. So we're going to talk about some of my amazing, some of these ladies that have done the Chaseland Fitness program. But also I want to share some of the results, because what I want you to know is they are just like you. They're women just like you, high achievers, and they've done it all before. Okay. So first I want to talk about my amazing friend, Amber. She is mama, and she was in that space of doing more and doing more and doing more. And she just was overwhelmed with all the information out there. And she even got anxiety thinking about the next things that she should be doing when it comes to food. and what she should be consuming and all those kind of things. And being a mom, you guys know we don't have time for that. And so she has been someone that has struggled with weight her entire life. And in her first couple of weeks with Chaseland Fitness, she was down 12 pounds because she stuck to the plan and because she had accountability. Angela, talk about high achievers. She is a nurse, worked anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week, and looking for ways to just feel better. Like she was just sick of feeling sluggish and yucky and bleh. And she was like, I want to have more energy. I want to move better. I want to feel better. And she actually started with our 21-day jumpstart program, and she went into coaching right after that. And her first 20 weeks in the program, 20 pounds. And then Ashley, 42 pounds in 5 months. So for her, this was really, she worked like 60 hours a week. Very, very high demand job. Very high demand. So we had to be very strategic about what her fat loss journey would look like because she didn't have a lot of time on her plate. So we had to get in workouts when we could get workouts in. We had to figure out ways to implement movement creatively. And she really didn't want to be hurting anymore. And she wanted to really set those healthy habits and lean into teaching her kids healthy habits as well. Or you can be like Kelly, 9 pounds, 6.5 inches. You've got Jaleesa. You've got Brittany, who actually wasn't even on a fat loss journey. She wanted to put on muscle mass, lean out a little bit and put on more muscle. Melissa, who is a owner of her own company here in Texas, and boy mom all the way, 15 pounds, 18 inches in her first couple of months. And again, creating that rhythm for herself and being a high achiever. Like she runs a business. Like we got stuff to do. And then Holly, 21 pounds and 32 inches in her first, I think it was 9 months. As you can see, the inches were falling off. Weight took a little bit longer to happen, but she killed it. And then over here, Shannon, her weight didn't even change, but dropping 10 inches. And so I want to share with you that through all of those shares and through just kind of seeing what is possible when you do not stop here, okay? These women are no different than you. They started right where you are, overwhelmed, unsure, tired of starting over. And the difference is, and the reason they got results like that is because they didn't stop. They did not stop. And so I want to lean in. Here's our main conversation for today is how do you move forward from here? How do you get results like them? How do you drop body fat and tone up? And then we're going to talk about what the progression formula looks like. And here's how you're going to keep progressing. Number one, you're going to repeat the basics until they're automatic. You're probably like, Chase, yeah, duh. No, I'm serious. Repeat the basics until they're automatic because the foundation of what you're trying to achieve, it's in the basics. It's in the boring stuff. It is in the boring stuff. Protein at each meal. Hit 3 to 4 workouts a week. Water, steps. Guys, y'all know that? Google's going to tell you that. These are the things you need to prioritize. You know this, okay? It's not that you need more information, but you have to repeat those basics until they're automatic, until your normal weeks are just normal, until you can make a plate without having to think about it. And there's a balanced plate. That's what you have to repeat the basics until they are automatic. You don't need a new way to do it. You don't need to keep practicing until you need to keep practicing them until they are part of your life. Number 2, you're going to layer in the structure gradually. So a lot of programs out there are going to be like, do all of these things. That's where burnout happens. And in the Chaseland Fitness methods, that is not how we do it. Okay, so do not leave here doing all of the things, think you need to do all of the things. I hope you have learned something from this entire 4-day challenge. And I hope that's one of their main takeaways. You don't need to do more. Okay, so you're going to layer in this structure gradually. This is number 2. And what we do in the Chaseland Fitness program, I shared with you guys on, I think, day 1 or day 2, right? You got to go from the commit to level up to focus. And each one of those phases is where you progress into the next mode, right? So you don't start with doing all the things all from the beginning. You want to do a little bit at a time until you'll get really good at it, and then add in the next component, add in the next component. So master one phase before you move on to the next one, which if you need to go back and go listen to that day where we talked about that, go back and re-listen to that before you're out of this container. Okay, that's where I talked about the commit, the level up, the focus phase. That's number 2. So you got to layer in the structure in a gradual manner. Number 3, Stay accountable. Okay? Stay accountable. If you leave it up to your own self, it's easy to drift because you know what? In your subconscious is trying to keep you safe, and change is hard and change is uncomfortable. And if you're trying to change things that you have always done, the yo-yoing, the mindset stuff, if you're trying to change how you think about all of these things, it's going to be easy to come over here because this space is safe. So if you leave it to yourself in that area to I'm just going to hold myself accountable. Okay. It's going to be easy to drift into this old way of doing it. So inside Chaselin Fitness, you not only have the plan and the strategy and the structure, you've got the coaching, the feedback, and the accountability. So when life gets messy, you don't quit. So I want you to think about those couple of things right now. Like, number one, repeat the basics until they're automatic. Number two, layer in the structure gradually. And number three, staying accountable. Okay, which part do you need most right now? I want you to comment below. Which part do you need most right now? Basics, structure, accountability. Where do you need the most? What do you need the most? And I just want to tell you, you did it. This is the last day in this container. Last day. And this is not the beginning, or this, I hope that this is the beginning of a new you. Okay? A new you that you will never go back to the old you. Not to say that old you is bad, but that chapter's done. We're not doing some of those things anymore. And if you're sitting there thinking, I don't want to fall back into these old habits, or I don't want to do this by myself, or I want results like Shannon or Melissa or Britt, who shared her story the other day. If you want results like Angela, 20 pounds in 20 weeks, you got to get on a call with us. So comment strategy. I'll make sure you're taken care of. We'll talk about what those next steps are. Because at this point, this container is going to close. You're not going to have this accountability right now if you go out on your own. You're not going to have this momentum. You're not going to have this energy. And has it not been amazing? Has it not been amazing? It has been so good. Absolutely so good. So I have a couple of requests from you. All right. But before I do that, remember, comment strategy so I can get you guys the link to set up that strategy call, talk about your next steps, talk about your goals, make sure someone from the outside is seeing what's on the inside, and you can map out those next steps for you. Comment strategy to do that. And I have a couple of questions for you, or a couple of requests. So number one, you guys have been listening to the podcast. So if you can, please, on today's homework, I want you to drop a rating and a review. Give your honest feedback on what you think of the show. And that way it helps the show find more women just like you. So comment or leave a 5-star rating and then leave your honest review on what your takeaways have been on the podcast. So that's number one. And number two, I'm going to be sending out a survey, and I would absolutely love to hear your feedback on how this program can be improved in the future. Some of your biggest takeaways or things that you wish would have been done differently. And that's so next time I run a 4-day challenge, which is going to be in December. October. When I run that next challenge, we can always improve. And so I am never in a space where I'm going to stay static as a coach. I will always be learning and growing and improving as a coach, as a mom, as a woman, and as a business owner. And how I do that is by getting feedback from you guys. So I would love to hear from y'all in that survey. So if you can do those two things, podcast review and fill out that form for me, I would absolutely appreciate it. So continue leaning in. You guys are here. This is your last day in the space. So make sure that you guys are getting what you need out of it. And I'm so proud of you. I just want to acknowledge you for being here. So many of you guys just absolutely nailed it this week. Showing up, doing the things. And I'm just super proud of how vulnerable you guys have been in your comments and your DMs on the phone calls we've had. They have been absolute pleasure to be part of your journey this week. And so just continue to lean in, and I pray that God is going to take you into that next step for what you need to do next. Okay. I love you, and I am so proud of you.